We've been waiting a long time for this, gang. Greetings and welcome to Smartwatch Ticks. We're a YouTube channel on the web at smartwatchticks.com. I got two boxes. These are almost identical, except this is round and this is square. You're going to find out some amazing stuff about both of these. I'm not going to say the same thing in each review, so please watch both of them, and you can gather everything there is about ECG, about blood oxygen, about artificial intelligence monitoring. It's going to be in both of these reviews starting now. Let's unbox the square one. Here we go. Inside the box, basic module, band. This thing has a little ECG button we're going to use for acquiring the signal, together with, on the back, as you can see, the electronic plates that will complete the one lead connection for ECG. Cover on the front leads us to a really sweet little module. Look at that. And a TPU. This one's in blue. I think you can get different colors. Quick release connection for that. Inside the case itself is a charger connector, 2-pin, slaps on the back. Yeah. Oh, not really strong on this one. It's not holding the watch, but it will make contact. Just make sure when you connect it that you have it in there really good, okay? Probably want to charge it on its face because it's a pretty thick connector to have it laying down. Anyway, play with that. And inside we've got a QR or quality assurance thing, and then your ECG test condition card and test method. There you go. And how you're going to be touching the electrodes to make sure you acquire the signal really good. And then, of course, we've got the manual, which we'll get to after we take a look at where... Does this sound familiar? After we look at where it comes from. The FIYPO Global Store from AliExpress. You could pick this one up probably around under $40, a little over $35. Might have a coupon discount for you, so check the show notes for the link to get you over here. And it's the FP8 we're looking at. ECG, AI interpretation of your readings for your heart, plus body temperature, independent, blood oxygen on this one. All of the stuff that you've been wanting on one watch for vitals is here now, finally. Okay, no GPS on it, but of course your step count, fitness tracker, sleep tracking, all of that. You've got these different languages supported. Life waterproof, which is just basically kind of splash resistant. Don't really dunk it in water. It's not a swimming watch by any means. 240 by 280 screen, 1.7 inch diameter, and that lets you know pretty much the size of this thing. So we're gonna charge it up, put it all together, and turn it on. Oh yeah, I forgot it on the other review too. The manual. Let's go through this one. It's similar, I'm pretty sure, to the one you already looked at. If you've looked at the other review, if not, it will look the same over there. SmartHealth, it's the same app that we're tethering to. Here's some basic information for you. Put it on long enough for you to freeze frame it and read it rather than like speed read it, so we can keep moving. Blood oxygen and respiration rate. Haven't seen that on many other watches. That's pretty cool that it's on here. And now we have finished the English, and then the rest of the manual is in different languages. Now we'll put it together for you. Here you go. That's what it looks like. Easy to snap in, quick remove watch bands. You can change them out to any kind you like. You got the two electrode plates, and this little, what looks like the pill button on an Apple Watch is actually the other electrode. And the diodes are all in here. Red, infrared, green, you name it. Charging port. We've seen all of that stuff. Let me put it on because we do need it on for doing all of the vitals. This is primarily a health watch, okay? Fitness, yeah, it's got some stuff, but no GPS or any of that. But boy, if you want to monitor all of your health functions. They are here. Going to press the button, show you the first watch face on here. Swipe down. You got control of all of these things. Do not disturb, your text messages. This is your twist your wrist to see the time, your overall brightness, which when you crank it all the way up is seriously bright. Too bright for us to do the review on. I got to have it on the lowest level. Easy to see outside. Reset and off, and that's everything there. When you swipe up, you're getting into all of your apps, of which most of them I'm going to show you right here. Hello, come on back to me. There we go. I'm going to go through this way. Here's your step count, distance traveled, and calories burned, and heart rate. Oh, interesting. Step and heart rate and calories. Oh, didn't notice that. Come over here, you get your temperature, and you get a real-time chart. Now, I've had it on a little while, and I have this one set to give me a temperature reading every 10 minutes, and it's on the chart automatically in the background. It's calibrated to give it to me in Fahrenheit, and I've got it listed in centigrade right there, which is pretty interesting. You can, of course, have the display in centigrade, too. Heart rate, there's your chart. It's calibrated against the numbers over here, and you leave it there long enough and you get your current heart rate. Otherwise, it just does it in the background every 10 minutes. I've taken it off and put it back on periodically just to show you guys the gaps in there, that it's not going to take readings of thin air. Here's the ECG. We'll be back to that in a little bit. Here's the blood pressure, and you can kind of see from the chart, systolic over diastolic, the numbers, and there they are on the side. And of course, you'll get in black and white your current reading if you wait long enough for it. And then blood oxygen, which, folks, the other two were using the green diode. You see here, I've got the red diode, infrared, which you don't see, and green, using all three to calculate and compute your blood oxygen level, which is what's recommended because it seems to be more calibrated or more accurate when you're using that. Takes it a little while. You got to be quiet. You got to be still. Two things Mr. Tix isn't good at. This is breathing. Now, it's not one of those inhale, exhale kind of exercise things for mindfulness. This is actually monitoring my breath rate right now, somehow through my heart rate or through, I don't know. But it's doing it, and it gives me my estimated breaths per minute. It just vibrated, and you get that report. And you also get that report on a regular basis. You don't see the chart like you do on these other ones, but when you go to the app, you'll see that every 10 minutes or whatever schedule you have set, it's doing this along with everything else, and you get your breath rate. Here's a variety of sports, running, cycling, fitness, skip, so forth. Not a lot of activity there, but you can do it for sports if you want to. Nice big weather display, temperature in Fahrenheit or centigrade if you want. It's being fussy with me on the twist your wrist. I have to activate it and deactivate it and toggle it. And then you get this page. And this one is not in the round watch that's almost identical to this. This is kind of, there you go, like a page of all of the basic apps, and they're the ones we've already done. So if you want to get into any of this stuff really quickly, guess what? From the watch face, instead of going this way, just go this way and pick it out. And there you go. Nice addition. It's only in the square watch, though, okay, not the round one. In terms of the watch faces, we have a few different ones, but we don't have access to a watch store. So the ones that are installed are the ones that you get. So I'm going to show them all to you. You can get to them, of course, this way by pressing and moving through them, or you can toggle them from the app. I'll show you that briefly. This is an odd one. There's lots of squares I thought would have other data in it, but it doesn't. And that's all you got. Yeah, it's a bit testy on trying to do the twist your wrist. Here's a kind of a digital kind with the heart rate and just a charging symbol, which isn't like your battery charging. Not sure what's going on there. Here's an analog watch face, and I think we are back to this one, which is the one I like because I get heart rate, battery, time, all of that kind of stuff there. Now, in terms of the app, it uses the SmartHealth app, which we're synced to right now. This is from the Google Play Store. Look for it to download it from the Play Store. You can use the QR code on the watch, but I recommend the Play Store. When you have it, you open it, you create an account, you set it all up. Already done that, and I've got data on here, actually from the round watch that's been transferred in here already. And I didn't log out. I kept my account, but I disconnected the round one and connected to this square one, and it goes seamlessly right back to where it was. It picks up the data just as if nothing had happened. So you literally could buy the round one and the square one and choose which one you want to wear and have them both ready to pair here. The only thing you got to do is when you go over to settings, you go to device status. It's in here that you would disconnect and connect the other one. And while we're here, I want to mention that I've shown all of this stuff in the other review of the round watch, so look at all of that. But here, it has on the round one an actual store with a bunch of different watch faces you can install, but not so here. You only have themes. You can't even see them. You have to pick them and look at the watch to see what it looks like. And of course, I just showed them all to you, but that's where you get the watch faces. Hopefully, they'll update the app for this one in the square watch to give you more access to watch faces that you can add. But for now, that's one thing that's a little bit better in the round one than in the square one. But remember, the square one's got that nice page right here with all of the things you want to go to, including a stopwatch if you want. That's in here as well. And you don't have that feature. You do have the stopwatch, but not that easy feature that you have here on the square one. Everything else in here we have covered on the round watch. I want you to take a look at that. Blood pressure, heart rate, sleep time from last night, blood oxygen. Here's that respiratory rate. And see, here are all of the measurements. Some from the square watch, some from the round one, set to go off every half hour, and then I changed it to every 10 minutes, as you can see. And then that's what the chart looks like. And all the others, you can see those charts in the other app. Don't want to bore you with repetition here, but I do want to show you the ECG area. Now, in the other app, I take a remote ECG by starting it here, and I want you to see that on this one, it's just like the other one. It does not show you the chart on the watch. It just shows you the basic icon page that it's doing it. But it is recording it over here. But we already saw that. So what I want to show you on this one, stop, save, I don't know, cancel, blah, get out of here. What I do want to show you on this one is when you go into the actual ECG. And this applies also to the round one as well. When you go into the ECG page on the watch itself and you touch the electrode on the side, it's going to immediately start generating an ECG chart that you can see on the watch. So if you know what AFib looks like, or flutter, or premature beats, or whatever the other diagnostic kind of terms are, if you recognize it, and if you can look at the chart and see what's going on, it looks a bit noisy to me. I would actually be doing this really still, seated, with it up at heart level, not talking. It's noisy right now. It just is. But it is recording this in the watch. Now, I do have it Bluetooth tethered to the phone, but doesn't matter. I could be out of Bluetooth range. It's still going to record it on the watch. Later, when I am connected by Bluetooth, I can cause this to sync with the app and transfer the data over, which we're going to do here in a moment, so I can show you what the analysis looks like and how it handles it. Notice this, when you're doing it on the watch, you get your heart rate, and then it says go to app. So here we are in the app. I'm going to go into ECG detection. This would be where I would start it, but this magic button is where you see your track history. Give it a moment. It refreshes it from the cloud. These are all the different ones I've done in the past, and this is the one that I just finished. Now, it's syncing it from the watch through the cloud back to the phone and doing an artificial intelligence diagnostics, and I don't like to use that word, I'm going to say interpretation of what it saw. So I've got my records here. I can tap there, and there is the actual record itself of the heart rate. Looks a lot better here than it did on the watch in the screen. Yeah, that looks more reasonable with all of those things. It also gives me heart rate variability. and heart rate, which is nice. And of course I can download that too. But check this out, gang. This is the diagnostics now, and you don't have to pay for it. Some apps you have to actually, you'll get a few of them free per month, and then you have to pay. Many as you want, anytime you want. Says I got a normal ECG. The QRS waveform shape, time limit, amplitude is normal. My PR interval, normal. My ST-T is no change in my QT interval. It's normal. You set up your parameters in the watch, in the phone, of course, and that should match up to what, I set it for female. Sometimes these things do period tracking if you select female, not this one. Here's the chart itself, and then it does kind of a symptom analysis, and if it sees any problem with any of these, like ventricular escape, what the heck is that? Well, it's got a complete description of it, shows you where it would show up in the chart, what to look for. Oh my gosh, this is really amazing. Left bundle, branch, block, boom, boom, boom. Did you see it all come into focus? Wow. This is not meant for self-diagnosis. I got to always repeat that. This is helpful for you to learn about your body and what's going on, but it's up to the doctor, the cardiologist, your health specialist to really give you the true story of what's happening. There may be a lot of things going on, but this one, when it looks at your actual heart wave, okay, that thing right there, it's able, apparently, to assess all these different possibilities out of it and give you some guidance. You can, doesn't turn sideways, but you can expand in and see the exact chart that you're looking at. It's got your basic information up there, the calibration, square wave, the rate, the speed, everything that a true medical professional would be looking for in an ECG chart, together with all of this screening information. Round, square, triangular, I don't care which one you got. They are, all of these are tethering to this app, and this app is what's doing this magic when you go into the ECG detection. Awesome watch. So we've been running through both of them back and forth. Again, check the review of the E80, I believe it's called. This is the FP8, and you see all the different watch faces that are available for it. It's a pretty slick and interesting smartwatch for health vital monitoring, and you can get it from the FIYPO global store off of AliExpress. These guys are the makers of this thing. These guys make this watch. They make a bunch of other interesting ones. We've reviewed them either by this name or different name, but nothing like this. This is really special with all of the artificial intelligence integration with the ECG. And you get heart rate variability with it as well, and good blood oxygen reading done with red diodes and infrared diodes in the back of the watch. I'm sold. For this kind of price, these are great, great watches. Just decide if you want square or round or both of them, and you can use them interchangeably. You've been watching us here at smartwatchticks.com. Thanks for being here. Tell your friends if you don't mind, and we appreciate the likes, the thumbs up. That helps a little bit more with exposure, so some folks who haven't found us yet might, who knows, surf on over here. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.